I'm having such a hard time getting focused. But, this is mind-blowing. Wendell writes, I did advise her that any of the above described parties, which on my recordings he says he can't tell me who complained, otherwise there's going to be an arrest. So he says, I did advise her that she could reclaim the dog if she vaccinated and licensed the dog. And of course he never said that. He in fact told me I didn't need to worry about it because I wasn't sure I was going to keep it. On that Monday, April 8th, the dates he has all wrong, and that can be proven so easily too, but whatever. Okay, so she was issued on the scene and the dog was taken into custody. She was issued on the scene. Quote, he says, you can either sign over the dog, like he says you can sign the papers, and sign over, I have to play that. You can either sign over the dog, or I can issue you a summons, and you can see how much of this the judge wants to listen to. So that's what he calls, I told her that she could reclaim the dog. Bullshit. She stated that she was relieved. And the fact is, when he was so assuring me that this dog was going to have it made and be absolutely fine, and he was sorry it was going this way, but his hands were tied because this mess had come up because of Wendy, and boy, was he going to get her by investigating her. That's how he left me to feel. So I, at one point, did say, it's a little bit of a relief, only because my back was killing me, and going up and down the stairs was absolute hell. So, but at the same time, these dogs are known for being little natural heating pads. You can read that anywhere online. And he had such a healing effect on me. And I'm suffering from severe arthritis also. So I need to try to keep active. So, I mean, there's a million things to think about for me. There are a million different angles at which to look at this. And the dog catcher in my face, because of this little animal rescue ring or something in operation, because none of it makes any sense that he had to he's acting like he was rescuing the dog for me. And keep in mind, I'd only had the dog 5 days at this point. And this is Thursday, April 11th. I remember it was 4/11. And he writes, I did advise her that any of the above described parties applied to this department if, with a valid New York State dog license, they could reclaim the dog. He never said that to me. Failure to do so would leave the dog up for adoption after 7 days. Oh, but he's counting on the fact that I don't have, I didn't even have enough money for a rabies shot at the time. So, he was just counting on my poverty to expedite this situation. So, I'm trying to understand how he thought he was helping anybody out. But honestly, just to make his own life easier, why couldn't he just rely on a 10-year relationship with me where I've not had any problem with him? I have purposely maintained a good relationship with this guy, even though my gut told me he could be an asshole from the second time I met him. The first time, anybody in uniform will scare me, but the way my dog liked him so much, I wanted to be impressed. I was impressed briefly, and then very quickly it became clear that I was imagining things, but I was counting on him I thought he loved my dog. I thought he cared about my dog and knew I was doing a good job with him all these years. And, and technically, I'm low end on the pole, but he does work for me, not White Plains residents, but the woman with the money. And I love how he writes about the program, like the dog is going to college. The dog was going to a family who sounded a little bit scattered when I spoke to them on the phone, and she said she was going out of town until the 19th. So she was giving him to a woman who was traveling and wasn't going to even be able to be with him. But he thought that that was a better situation. And according to this police report, he thought the police station was better than me taking care of him, which is just amazing. I mean, this is defamation, Wendell. You really have to spell it out for you? And then you come to my house yesterday looking for dogs, similar sounding in color to, being seen walking off the leash. Park right in front of my house? If I had to back out of my parking spot, I wouldn't have been able to. That's how close he was to my life. And with how many thousands of people in the city, that's where he was. It's like I am a little bit afraid to leave my house. Like I want to call myself paranoid, but then people who lie are dangerous. I'll end up having an accident and nobody will know the better, but I honestly believe that's the kind of person he is. And I say that because I think most people are like that. And is that bullying if I say on YouTube that I'm scared for my life and prove that I have reason to be? Someone abusing their power, someone lying, comfortably lying, feeling they can get away with it. I mean, YouTube is supposed to be my Superman, and I can't believe... Well, anyway, so on April 19th at about 11:45, this officer met with Elizabeth Azarad. Oh my God, on the 19th, that's when she was coming back into town. Oh my God. So that woman had to take him away from me so that she could take him when she came back into town. Wow. And the dog was placed into rescue. Oh, thank God. Poor dog, suffering with me. The group specializes... Oh, and here's a little history on the group. Let's say some nice things about Elizabeth Azarad. They specialize in hairless breeds and will place the dog in a permanent home because they're so good at it. On April 20th, at about 11:15, so okay, we're going back in time, myself and Sergeant Walker drove to Fortini's residence to give her an update on the dog's situation. Oh, isn't that interesting? So he's trying to say that he gave me one more oh, you fucking liar. I'm gonna fucking vomit. I swear to fucking God.